Do you ever feel like you're in a group of people that aren't foster and adoptive families and you feel like you monopolize the conversation? They ask you how things are going and you tell them how things are going, and like an hour later they're all sitting there like, they expected you to just say, oh, it's good, like I'm doing great. And you really tell them how it is, and they're not prepared for it.
Or they want to know more. I can't tell you more. And they're like, then why did you just start this conversation? I went out to eat recently with another foster mom, and about 2.5 hours later, I'm like, do you realize that there's all these people around us? Oh my gosh. Yes. You have to have like a weird sense of humor for this though.
No, that's not like they say. That's
Can you be normal and foster or no? What's normal to me now is not, and even my kids, I tell them like, hey guys, that's not normal. Like, if you say that at school, that's not normal.
We picked our kids up for counseling, and there's like all these parents picking up their kids early, like these really good, amazing parents are like, we're taking our kid to the Smithsonian, and we're taking our kid to like, you know, the moon. And I'm like, and I'm coming and picking up my kids are like, we're going to counseling! Like, I don't want them to be ashamed of it. I want them to feel. So I'm like, it's okay, but I'm like, I don't want the people who don't know how to hold that information well. Like these Smithsonian moon parents.
Yes, I am very open about my counseling and everything because the kids that come through my home, they go to counseling.
Yep, and there's such a stigma, we need to just get rid of that. In foster care,
done. Raise your hand if you go to therapy.
For you,
raise your hand.
I need to, but I
don't. What are you doing? But for me, it's good because I can't talk about what we go through in this life with anybody, like just anybody, because they don't understand. And they'll go, what have you gotten yourself into? Why don't you put in your notice? And I'm like, no, I just needed to vent. I just needed to get that out there really quick. Yeah. And now I'm all good.
But now they're viewing our kids a certain way. Now they're viewing our home a certain way. They're viewing fosters. Like, that's not what I wanted you to see.
No. Even my family members, because they just don't get it, and I don't want to put a bad image in their head.
That's my thought. Yeah, I don't want them to have prejudices or preconceived ideas coming at my children.
Oh, I just said that to get it off my chest, and I'm already over it. Yeah. And you're still harboring it like a year later.
They may not be called to do the foster care adoption thing. I get that.
Right.
But this is how they can come alongside.
But it takes them.
Yes. And we have to advocate for ourselves because they don't understand. They don't know.
Yes.
And so we can't. Yeah. We can't be like, why aren't they helping us?
No.
They don't even know what we need.
Yes, exactly.
So we have to put it out there like, hey, this is what I need. Yep. I need help babysitting, or I need someone to take this kid for respite, or I need an Uber driver for kids. I literally drive all day. That's like, I feel like that's my profession.
Yes,
right. A mom Uber that gets it and has car seats for the
mover.
kids. A mover.
We need to be okay as the mamas to ask for that help when we need it.
And accept it, guys. I'm really bad at accepting.
No, it's true.
I'll give help all day long. You tell me you're making me dinner, and I have a really hard time accepting that.
You have to have a support system in this. If you don't have a support system, you're gonna tank. There's no way you can do this without so many people around you.
And something I'm learning is equipping our communities, right? And so like training people, hey, when I call you to say, I'm under investigation, like healthy and appropriate responses will be, what can I do? What do you need? How can I be praying? And, you know,
do you need ice cream?
Yeah.
Well, when we found out we were under investigation, I texted my sister, hey, we're under investigation. Can you take my boys? And for some reason they do it like, it's just automatically. Your mind already starts going.
Everything's fine. It'll be great. I don't even have to worry. And then like 2 minutes later, you're like, did someone just knock on the door?
When I first did this, I literally cleaned out even our junk drawers.
I've trained them now. When they hear that doorbell, it's like, everybody clean. I mean, it could be the mailman. I'm like, clean.
I don't clean for CPS anymore though.
At all?
So our first home study, my house looked like a show home. Our second home study, I had to push laundry down from the table so that we could sit.
What about nesting for our foster kids? Because that's like the truth, right?
Like you have baby bottles and then you have like, you know, jock straps.
I have like extra beds in different rooms. I even have like a toddler bed in my room. And I swear when people come over, they're like, what? How many kids do you have? I'm like, oh, just 5.
Isn't that hard though? Like when people ask you how many kids you have, I sit there and I go, well, I have 3 that are solid. I have like 10 kids. Like if you count all of them that have been, I have like 10 kids.
Yes. Can we talk about the head count when you get in the car and you go places?
Yes.
But like literally you're like, all right, everyone's in the car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're good, go. But then like you forget the number you're on depending on the weekend or like what's going on and you're like, oh my gosh, I lost one.
After our other foster daughter left, I was counting 4. And there wasn't a 4th. And I would panic.
The people that have a lot of kids tend to gravitate to the people with lots of kids.
Yes.
So like you have one small group with like 4 adults and 82 kids.
The only people that invite me to their house, they have like 5 or 6 kids. Where's those people that have no kids? Like, why aren't they inviting me over for coffee? We don't want your kids touching my stuff.
Yeah, basically, that's exactly why. They can't handle the crazy. It's disgusting. You should not have this. Or strain it.
Oh, I should strain it.
The ice cream.
Yeah,
that's what the ice cream. Sorry, it's my agency director.
Go.
Do it.
You're getting a call.
Hello.
if she gets a baby right now, I'm gonna be mad.
I was gonna say she's gonna get
I'm gonna be so mad.